intro or just me starting? Yeah, that'd be
It's been on.
live now.
We're live.
We're live? Okay. Okay, well, we'll get started. Is this in here too, or is it just the camera?
The whole room.
Okay. Well, I'm Drew Wilkerson. I'm in the math department here at the Southwest campus. I'm not a tech person at all, but I have kind of a knack for technology. So this PD was actually at the request of some of my department members. One of them's here, just because I use OneDrive and it's awesome. So thought, well, let's do a PD on it so we can get everyone else up to speed. So first, what exactly is OneDrive? Well, it's like many other cloud-based services like Dropbox, Google Docs, or Google Drive, I think it's called now, where you can store your documents in the cloud. If you don't know what the cloud is, it's just basically off-site storage. Rather than saving files completely on your computer, it's off in the internet somewhere. Okay? I'm assuming somewhere on a Microsoft server or computer. So that's what it is, but kind of the great thing about OneDrive or Dropbox or any of these services is you can have your files anywhere. So in the kind of description of the program today, this was inspired by one of my department members, is, you know, a lot of us throughout time have had all of our files on our flash drive. We carry it around everywhere because we never know where we're going to be when we need to pull up a file or edit a file or do something. And it's happened to all of us. We've lost that flash drive. Somehow it gets corrupted and everything's gone. Or you have to play the game of, okay, is my flash drive current? Is my computer current? I don't really remember, so now I got to look at the dates of when I saved and try to figure out which is the correct file. So OneDrive does away with all of that. So our main goal today is just to kind of talk about how to set up OneDrive on your computer, whether that be your office computer, your home computer, both. Talk a little bit about Office 365 and how you can use your OneDrive account on Office 365, and then just touch a little bit about some apps for tablets and phones. We won't do that too much because I'm not set up to really show on the screen an app from a tablet or phone. But let's start with how do I set up my OneDrive account on my computer. It's actually a pretty easy process. My understanding is that you can use it with Office 2010. It's been my experience that I wasn't able to do that, but if you are opposed to upgrading to Office 2013, I'm sure our help desk can maybe help you with that. They're shaking their head yes. So, but my experience was upgrade to Office 2013 at home and in my office, and it worked very seamlessly because the OneDrive 2013 app is just built in with Office 2013. So, so how to do these things. If you would like to upgrade to Office 2013, the help desk can help you with that for sure, or you can do it on your own. And this is what I did just to save some time because I had to do a reinstall with some problems I had. If you go to your email server, just from the Jefferson website, and you click on your gear, Office 365 settings, and you'll see a software option. So from here you can install Office 2013 on up to 5 computers. So whether they be in your office, home, anywhere you use a computer regularly, you can install Office 2013. So I've got mine on here, a laptop at home, a desktop at home, and my office computer. So I've got 2 remaining, and I suppose I could have the help desk just do my office computer and I wouldn't have to take one of those 5, but I've got more than enough. So to install, you just click down here on install and it'll go through the process. It takes about 20 minutes. Most of it is the computer working and you waiting for to click yes and confirm and all those things, but very easy process. Only catch is that Office 2013 is only compatible with Windows 7 and beyond. So if you're like Charlie Purvis and you're still running Millennium Edition of Windows, Office 2013 is not for you. Okay, so you need 2000s Windows 7 or beyond, Windows 8, and I think there's even a new Windows very closely on the horizon that's coming soon. But Okay, so go through that and then you'll be all set. You'll have your usual things like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, all these other ones if you use any of those. And not listed there, but that comes with it is the OneDrive for Business app, which will allow you to sync to your computer your OneDrive account. Okay, so once that's set, if you haven't noticed in your email, up here you've got Outlook, Calendar, People, OneDrive, Sites. If you click on OneDrive, this is your personal OneDrive account for KCTCS. Okay, and let me be careful with that word because there's OneDrive personal account, this is separate, and then there's the OneDrive business. So this is your OneDrive business account offered through KCTCS. So you can see mine's all set up. I've got all my different files and folders that are here. This is things that would normally have been on my documents on my computer, but I've moved them over to this account. The first time you come here, it's going to be pretty much blank, except you'll see, if I remember right, you'll see shared with everyone folder. There might be a couple other things there as well, but yours will be blank if you haven't put anything there. So to sync with your computer, really simple. Once you've got Office 2013 in place, just click Sync, Sync Now, and it'll take it through and it will create a folder on your desktop, and it will sync all your files, and if you haven't set anything up, it won't sync any files really, so it'll be a very quick process. So let me show you what that looks like on your computer. So I'm connected to my Office computer. So once you sync, on your computer, up here in your favorites is where it goes by default, you'll now have something that says OneDrive KCTCS. Okay, and again, you can do that for your office computer, your laptop, your desktop if you have one at home. Any computers that you regularly work on, you can put this on. Okay, so if you click on that, it's just like a documents folder. Here's my documents folder on my computer. It's now pretty much empty because I put everything in my OneDrive folder. Okay, so it looks just like your documents folder, except normally, so maybe I'm doing a desktop connection that's not showing this. An addition that you'll see is in your folders or in your documents in the corner, there'll be a little green check mark. And that green check mark will mean that those files have been synced to the cloud and they're now part of your OneDrive account, and they're not just local to your computer. If you've used Dropbox or Google Drive, something similar happens there too. Again, it's not showing, and maybe it's because I'm doing a remote desktop connection to my office computer, but typically you'll see a green check mark indicating those files have been synced and you can access them anywhere. Okay, so once that's set up, oh, there they go. So there's my green check mark.
It was taking a while for the screen to refresh.
Okay. Okay, so once that's set up, very easy process. If you've got all your stuff in documents, or if you've got them on your flash drive, plug your flash drive in, and it's just a simple copy and paste or click and drag. You can drag all your files directly to OneDrive. So this thing called TestGen on here, if I wanted to bring that to OneDrive, I can just click and hold, drag it to OneDrive, and it's going to move it for me. And then your computer is going to do all the syncing for you. Depending on how many files you're syncing, it could take a couple hours to do. I synced initially about 2,000 or 3,000 files, and it took a couple hours for them to sync. But nothing that you need to do after you click and drag or cut and paste or copy and paste. It'll all be done for you. Okay. So any questions that you've had about the actual nuts and bolts of how do I set this up? Yeah, John?
I would mention two limitations to OneDrive and to any of the rest of them. We have 1 terabyte of space on OneDrive.
Okay, yep,
for KCTCS per user. So you can put up to 1 terabyte worth of data up there. The other limitation, not that it should be a limitation per se, but any in one file cannot be bigger than 2 gigabytes in size. If it's bigger than that, it will not go up there.
Now, I saw an email recently, maybe you can confirm this, that it was just upgraded to 10 gigabytes per file.
That is in the works.
That's
It's
in the
not-
works.
yeah,
It's not happening.
It is,
Okay.
it's in the process. Because you gotta remember, they're doing this, they're gonna be doing the upgrade across the state
Okay,
and multiple servers.
so the weeks to months to come.
Yes.
Okay, so weeks to months to come, 10 gigabyte size file size. Right now it's 2 gigabytes. Word documents, Excel files, that's not going to be an issue. Really video files or music, sound files, those are big issues. And then the a measly 1 terabyte of data space is available, so I'll never run out. Okay. And that 1 terabyte probably exceeds the space on your office computer anyway, so I don't know that for sure, but I'm sure it might does. John's saying no, but
Some computers, yes, but not all.
yeah, certainly exceeds my laptop's capabilities of 250 gig. So, okay, so that's the setup. So now, how do I actually use this? Well, so let's say you're on your office computer, you pull up Word. Same process as always, except if you've never used 2013, by default, when you open Word 2013, it shows you this screen. You can change that. I didn't look how to do it. It's just in the preferences where you change that, but it's just got some templates you can pick from, which are a little bit annoying. It also shows some of your recent documents, or you can open up any other document on your computer. But let's say you just want to start generic document. So you type your document, and so here's our sample OneDrive document. Typing one-handed, excuse me. Okay, and to save, you click your save button. This is a little bit different from our usual Office showing. So you've got several options here. You've got KCTCS sites, those are like your team sites. I haven't played around with that too much, so if you have specific questions about that, I'm probably not the right person quite yet. OneDrive KCTCS, that's what we just set up. If you have a OneDrive personal account, which I do as well, I'm not hooked to this computer though, but there's also a OneDrive personal account separate from KCTCS. Much less storage available to you because it's a free service offered through Microsoft, but you can have one of those as well, and you can use it very similarly to how we use the OneDrive KCTCS. And then you've got computer, and you can add other places, like if you don't want to convert to KCTCS, OneDrive, you've got Dropbox and some other things, you can add those as well. But so to save to your OneDrive account, you've got two options. You can either click right on OneDrive and browse, and you can pick exactly where you want it to go. Okay. The other option is if you click on computer and browse, over on the favorites, there's your OneDrive account. So you can get to it two ways. Okay? And then however you've got yourself organized or unorganized, if you want to look at it that way, you can just put it wherever you want. I'm just going to keep it out here because I'll delete this later. Okay, save. Okay, it does some contacting for the server. And it's going to upgrade to the newest file format, whatever that means. Okay. And then you'll see on the bottom it says uploading to SharePoint. So it's uploading to my cloud. And then down here you see my blue cloud, that's my OneDrive. It's got a green progress bar going here, just telling me something is syncing right now. Okay, and once it's done, that'll turn off and this file will be completely synced and I can get it from anywhere. Okay. So yeah, so very similar to just saving any document. You just don't want to save it to My Documents. Otherwise, that just stays on your computer, and you're not going to be able to find it anywhere except on that one specific computer. Okay, so my green progress bar is done, so this file is now in the cloud. One other thing while I'm here, if you are going to upgrade to Office 2013, something I found, and John and Deborah can attest to this, they tried to help me with this. Office 2013 took my Office computer and it tanked it. And they worked, they added RAM, they did all kinds of stuff, and it still didn't work. And I said, well, what's going on? And they said, well, we don't think anything's wrong. So I said, okay, well, so I turned to Google, and I'm not the only one that has this problem. It's a really easy fix. And I did this probably about a month ago, and everything's worked perfectly so far. There is some kind of feature in Office 2013 that for some reason, whether it's speed or age of my computer, it just didn't quite work right. So you can turn off this feature, and this is what I had to do, and everything works great. So the feature is in Options, and it's in Advanced. Okay, just one quick click fixed the problem. And it was down here in Display. Hang on, where was it? I only had to do it once, so I gotta find it. Advanced.
You said it was in a display.
Maybe it was in Display. I don't think it was in Display. I think it was an Advanced setting. I thought there was a display
There
thing.
was, you shot past it, scroll down a little bit.
Okay.
Keep scrolling. I saw it a minute ago when you were scrolling through. Right there's display at the bottom. At the bottom.
At the bottom. No, it's not there.
No way.
Just give me 1 second. I hate to waste time, but let me just. There it is. Okay, so it is in Display. It's right here. By default, this is unchecked. It says Disable Hardware Graphics Acceleration. What I was able to read from just searching on Google was, and maybe this is what was happening, I don't know, but it fixed the problem. Microsoft Office has a graphics accelerator that it's trying to use, and people that I read in some discussion boards said their computer had one too, and they were not compatible with each other. So both were trying to work, and it just took Office 2013 and it put it in the toilet, basically. So things I experienced, if you do upgrade, you'll know right away this is happening. Things I would experience was I'd type a word, 20 seconds later it'd show up on the screen. Okay? Or I'd try to change font or font size, and it would give me the eternal thinking circle progress of death, and it would just stay there, and I'd have to, Control-Alt-Delete, get in Task Manager, and either shut down Windows, or sometimes that would just be enough to kick the computer out of that mode. Okay? Problems in Excel, just doing simple things like doing a sum formula or average formula. I couldn't do it. But ever since I have disabled that, life has been great. My computer has worked just like I always remembered, like it did with Office 2010. So if you do upgrade and you're experiencing that problem, highly recommend that. It seems to fix the problem. Okay, that works for all of the Microsoft Office suite. So if you do this in Microsoft Word, it's automatically going to do it for Excel, for Outlook, everything. My Outlook didn't work either. I couldn't switch from Mail to Calendar without it crashing. So it does affect everything. So if you do upgrade, try that. It should work out great. Or John shook his head yes. So I think if you don't want to upgrade, they can help you get this all set up with Office 2010. But,
Well, I was going to say, I'll say this. Office 2010 is good for another 3 years, and then
Yeah.
you have to upgrade after that, because as time goes on, they stop supporting
Yeah.
each, so when the next version of Office comes out, they'll start supporting 2010, and then when that version after that, they'll stop supporting 2013. So right now, we'll do either. My preference is 2013, though.
That's mine too. I really, now that it's working, I really like it.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't let my hardship scare you. So, especially now that there seems to be a pretty good resolution. So okay, so like I said, this file's now in the cloud, so it's certainly on my office computer. It also now has synced to any computer that I have synced to my OneDrive account, so it's now on my laptop at home. And it's also in your OneDrive folder. It should be there now as well. Let's see.
It is.
There it is, sample OneDrive. Okay, so now it's in there. So you can access Office 365 anywhere that you have internet, so you can now access this file we created anywhere. Okay, and you can even edit it anywhere. If I click on this sample OneDrive file, okay, it's going to open it up. Okay, there's our just simple document. And let's say you're on vacation, you're in the advising center, you need to pull something up and make some changes or print it or do something. You can do that all here. Okay, if you want to edit this document, you've got two options. If you want full functionality to do everything that you like to do in Word, like create forms or protect this document or something like that, you can open it up in Word. Or if you just want to do some quick, simple changes, you can open it up in Word Online, and it just keeps it right there in that web browser. Okay, so if I open it up in Word Online, okay, looks just like Microsoft Word, except I'm in my web browser. So I can do any changes I want. Okay, so if I put the date. Oop, I didn't spell it right, did I? Okay, but that was a great, I meant to not spell it right, so you can do that. You can do autocorrect right there just by right-clicking, just like Microsoft Word. And the great thing about editing it right in Word Online is any change you make automatically saved. So there is no going and finding the save button. It's already saved. So September is now added to my document. Okay? The kind of the downside of that is any change you make is automatically saved. Okay? So if you drastically change something and it was a whoops, it's saved now. So you need to undo that change, or it's going to be permanent. Okay?
Is the undo button in the upper left?
I think Control-Z just works as normal. Yep. So it undid my autocorrect and it undid my September. Okay, and it should be right here too. So just like it normally is. But I'm a keyboard shortcut person. But yeah, so they're both right there. Okay, so my September has now been unsaved and it's back to what it was. Okay, there's all kinds of normal Word features on here. It's not full functionality, but pretty much anything we normally need to do is here. Okay, if you don't want to open it up in Word Online, you can open it up in Word Desktop. To get out of this, you can just click your name, or you can click back, and it should take you back.
So when you make those edits, though, I know you said a minute ago, it's in your Office 365, and you said it was on your desktop, and it's forever. Are those changes?
Yep. So when I added September, I probably didn't give it enough time, but when I added September, it saved to my OneDrive on Office 365, and then it would disseminate down
So it
to
does
everything.
everywhere.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, if you've got like a laptop though, and your laptop's closed and off, as soon as you open it, then it will upgrade everything.
Okay.
So,
But it does automatically do that.
Yep.
Everywhere. Okay.
John?
Which I will say is that last ditch save but type scenario. If you happen to accidentally screw up or delete a file out of OneDrive and you've had a laptop that had recently synced to the cloud, open it up, but don't let it connect to the internet.
Yep.
Because that file is still on the laptop. And it will sync and remove that file. But if you open it up and not let it connect to the internet, by like turning off the Wi-Fi radio or whatever, you got that document, you can make a quick copy of it onto your desktop, so that way when it does sync, you always, constantly in sync, you'll always have that emergency, oh crap moment.
Along with that too, if your cloud down here, this is your OneDrive for Business account, the orange arrow next to it is just the upload center. So if there's a document that's going to be uploaded from your computer to the cloud, it'll show up there. But if you right-click on this cloud, there's a pause syncing option.
Right.
So if you don't turn off the internet and you decide, oh, I need to not sync something really quick, you can pause syncing. Okay. Or if you need to troubleshoot, we can talk about this at the end if we've got some time, you can actually stop syncing too. You can shut off your OneDrive folder on that particular machine.
Does it stay that way until you go in and unclick it? Or is that
Yeah,
something
if I pause
that you
syncing, I've got a red X
Oh, I
now
see.
showing, reminding me I'm not syncing right now.
And it'll
And it's
stay
gonna
that
stay
way
like
until
that
you-
until I resume. So if I right click now, instead of stop, it says resume.
Okay. What about the pause? Is the pause just a temporary thing? Just
Oh, that was the pause, yeah. So the pause,
That is the, oh, that
yeah,
was.
the stop syncing is more of a ending kind of thing, so I'm not gonna click that. I'm gonna have to set it up again.
So the pause is,
The pause just stops it till you decide you wanna turn it back on.
okay.
The stop one, that's kind of a kill switch, so I'm not gonna do that. Okay, so back to here, my sample OneDrive, I showed you how to edit that in Word Online. If you wanted to edit that in just Word, full-out Word program, you just edit it in Word. Click on that. Gives me a warning that I might be getting a virus, I hope not. Okay, and it's going to open it up in Microsoft Word. If you have a Office 2010 that is compatible with OneDrive 2013, this is going to pop up. It's asking you for what's your Office 365 account. So that's just your normal KCTCS email account. So whatever that may be for you, most of us, that's going to be your name, first name, last name at KCTCS, your normal password. And once you do that, any changes you save on here will automatically upload to the cloud. Okay? If you're on a computer where that's not hooked up, because it's not upgraded or something like that, what you'd have to do instead is make all your changes to your document. Once it opens, if it does open, maybe it won't even open it for me. Let's try this again. Well, perhaps it's going to make me since.
Yeah, I was gonna say, 2010 will make you log in.
Yeah. But if you're on like 2007, it's not gonna connect correctly. It's not available in 2007. Like John says, they stop upgrading these things. So 2007, what you'd have to do is, if you opened up a document from your OneDrive, okay, into 2007, you could still make your changes. The only difference, though, is you'd be saving them locally to that computer, and when you're done, you'd have to upload it to your OneDrive account. Okay, so let me create a document where I've saved it to the computer and show you just really quick how you can.
Is that only for 2007?
2007, or if you've got like an unupdated 2010, it's not. You don't have the right apps or something built in. I don't know. That's the part where I said I'm not a tech person, so I don't know about all that stuff. But if you got an unupgraded 2010, it won't do the sync anyway. Okay. But so if you've got a document, okay, and you can't do the sync, or you're on a computer that's not yours and it's not set up to sync, just save it locally. So if I save this to the desktop, so it's really quick to find. There's a couple options for getting that onto your OneDrive account. Okay, you can either click Upload and find your file, open, and it will upload it, or you can do a drag and drop. So I can drag this and just let go, and it will automatically upload. Okay.
So you found the OneDrive, because I was looking, I'm sorry, you just browse and it came up and.
Yep. So I did. I've got something went wrong, so I'd have to.
You didn't put any. You didn't put any text. Did you put any text inside?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Not enough.
Or no? Was it still open? As a.
Oh yeah, maybe it's still open. Okay. I would have deleted it anyway. Okay. Another great thing about OneDrive is not only do you have your files everywhere anytime you want, you can share them with people. By default, anything you make is private, only you can see it, okay? But you can share files. So I think we've all done the game where we've got some kind of document for a department or something like that, and we want to send it out to people for proofreading or edits. and they make their edits and they send them back, and we play the attached file back and forth game however many times with however many people. Well, OneDrive does away with that. You can share files with as many people as you would like within the KCTCS system, whether they're here or somewhere else. And you can even decide, am I sharing this file with the person so that they can just view it? Okay, if it's some kind of official document that this is the final version and you just need to see it, you can make it so they can view it, or you can make it so they can make edits. So if it's a proofread situation and you want people to be able to make changes, you make it so they can make edits to it. So let me refresh this here. So let's say I wanted to share our sample OneDrive file that I made at the beginning. I would click this check mark. Okay, so by default nothing's checked. If I mouse over something, I get a gray check mark. So just click the check mark and click on share. Okay. So from share, there's a couple options. The first default option is to invite people. So you can invite people directly from our global address book and share with as many people as you would like. Off to the right are the options. Okay, by default, the option is that they can edit. So if you send that to them by clicking share, okay, as soon as they get that link, they'll click on a link and they can share, they can open that document and start making edits to it. Okay, the other option is view. So if you're just sending a document to someone, you just want them to view it and not be able to make any changes, then do that option. Another option is, rather than using the default share option, there's get a link. So if you want to create your own email to send to someone, you can create a link, a view only link, or a create and click the view only link. It generates this link that I can copy and paste into my own email, and once people click that link, they can get my file. Or if I do the edit one, that link, if they click on this link, it's going to send it and they'll be able to edit. Okay? So if you don't want just the generic email, you can actually personalize it, but if you want your own email that you're going to send with some other things in it, you can use the get a link. Okay? And then shared with will show you all of the people that can currently see that document. So I'm the only one that can see it right now, but for instance, if I type in here, Charlie Purvis, okay, there he is, Charles Purvis, and I'm sending him a can view invite, and I share that. Okay, that goes to Charlie, and once he clicks on that link, he can view it. And it should now say, when I click on share, it should have his name listed, unless he has to click it first, but it should have his name listed. So there it is. So Charles Purvis can view this document. And after I've already sent it to him, I can change his status. If I suddenly want him to edit the document, I can change it to edit. Or if I decide Charlie no longer needs this information, I can make it so he can no longer see that document. Okay? So especially useful, like possibly if you're dean, division chair, and you have a change in department heads and they don't need those documents anymore, you can cut them off. Yeah.
Would creating a link allow you to share a document with someone outside KCTCS?
I believe so, but I think you'd have to take off the...
Like if they were my contact or something? Or would that...
I think you'd have to take off the require sign-in, but I'm not completely positive on that. Right now, I had clicked require sign-in, so I can make sure just Charlie can open that with his login credentials. But yes. Okay. So the answer is yes. So if you do get a link, you can share it with anyone outside of our system.
Okay.
And it looks like the require sign-in is gone anyway, so anyone you give that link to.
And I will say that, I will add that if you're sharing that link with a student and you have that require sign-in, remember this. Students are still inside KCTCS, so you can have the required sign-in and invite your list of students, if you so choose, to that email or to that link.
And I would think too, that you could probably post that link to like Blackboard.
Yes.
If that was your syllabus or your course schedule or something, you could post that link right to Blackboard, they just click on the link,
I actually have to upload the document.
instead of uploading the document.
I had another question, sorry about the get a link thing. So I know you said if you do the get a link, that you can use your regular email with that link. So like Charlie and his email, if you did that, would click the link to open it.
Yep.
But if you don't do the get a link, when Charlie, which you didn't do with Charlie, right?
I did the invite people. So Charlie will get a default Microsoft generated email, and there'll be a link there that he
Okay,
clicks
that's
on
what I want to
anyway.
know. So when he opens it, will he have a link also?
Yeah, he'll have something that he clicks. It'll say something about Drew Wilkerson has shared a file with you, and he clicks to open it.
So when he clicks open it, will it automatically go to his OneDrive list?
It'll sync back to mine, and I'm not positive if it syncs to his or not unless he does save as and puts it in his own.
Okay.
We're getting a yes back here.
But it wouldn't by default?
No.
Yeah, so-
He chose.
Yeah, by default, any changes that Charlie makes to that, but I put him as view anyway, but if I did edit, any changes he made would go back to my OneDrive account, so he'd have to save it to his own. But
Okay.
danger with that is now you've got two documents and we're back to the sending files back and forth game. So it's probably not what you want to do if you're doing a collaborative document. Just whoever the primary author is, leave that in their OneDrive. That way all the changes are made to that one file. So yeah, otherwise it defeats the purpose. So,
But you just say they do automatically filter to the primary author, if so. That one-
yeah, whoever made the document and shared it, any changes goes back to that person. Okay? Okay, any other thoughts or questions about sharing? Okay. I do want to end so anyone with the 12 o'clock class is not rushed, but so I'll show one more thing and then I'll just mention mobile devices. Another option from your OneDrive part of Office 365, you've got all the files that you saved previously. If you're on a computer and sync's not an option, or maybe they just don't have Microsoft Word if it's that kind of computer, you can also create documents here too. So if I wanted to create a brand new Word document, I click New, and I can actually pick from all these different options from Microsoft Office. So I can click Word document, and it's going to open from whatever computer I'm on. And just like editing a document in Microsoft Word Online, it's going to save right to your OneDrive account. Okay? By default, it's going to create its own file name, but you can go in later and change that file name to whatever is appropriate for your file. So, yep, so you can create documents right from there as well. And again, once it saves, it's going to filter down to all of your different devices. Okay, so last added benefit of doing your KCTCS OneDrive, you've got it on your office computer, home computers. You can get it on your mobile devices as well. Android, Windows of course, and Apple, iOS all have now Microsoft Office apps. And part of the agreement with KCTCS is you have access to what's normally a paid subscription for free. So you can download Microsoft Office. There's but you can download Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Outlook directly to your phone, your tablet.
I got it here, but I can't get it in.
Can't get it there? Okay.
Which is where I want it.
So when you do that, so say you download Microsoft Word onto your iPad. Okay, so when you do that, when you open your Word app on your iPad, it's going to ask you for your Microsoft Office 365 login. You're going to use your KCTCS information, and Microsoft knows that means you've got free access, and you can pull up all of these files that are here right on your tablet. You can make edits, you can save, you can make new documents. You can basically do almost everything you can do on a laptop right on your tablet. Okay? If you're so inclined, there's a phone one as well, depending on whether you've got a giant phone or a smaller phone. Okay, I've got the Apple 4S here, so I don't even have the apps on here because I don't want to look at a Word document on my phone. But that's an option as well. And again, any changes you make, it all syncs. Okay. I don't believe that the actual files are going to save to your device, but your device will pull them from the cloud. So don't worry about taking up all your space on your phone with 1,000 Word documents. Okay, it's just the actual app size. As long as you've got space for the app, you're good to go. Okay, but are there any questions or comments or anything?
I'm an adjunct and I'm very semester to semester. And
Okay.
sometimes during the summer, my KCTCS email and everything is, I'm shut out of it for a little while, maybe
Okay.
a couple of weeks. Would everything I've saved to my space on the cloud disappear, or would it still be there?
Oh, that's a good John question. I would think it would all stay there.
Because my
But-
username is always the same when I come back. They just, I think,
After this, I'll see you because
Okay.
I'm not sure that actually falls under system office, so I'll have to ask the guys up at system office as to what that is, how it sits. We may have to, adjuncts have always been squirrely about how the system office treats you guys, and you can ask Krista, she was an adjunct for many years, and every semester, 3 weeks into the semester, she finally got her email. So, it's adjuncts, they're just squirrely as to how system office handles them.
So my
I'll have to ask
understanding
them.
is that any KCTCS employee, full-time, part-time, has access to the Office 2013 subscription as long as you have an active account in KCTCS. So you should be able initially to get it, but yeah, I don't know what'll happen if you go to inactive status.
Okay.
But you shouldn't as long as you're in the schedule. So maybe you just talk to your department and see if you can get me on the schedule.
Stick
If
you
you
on
have
the
to take me off,
class.
if you have to take me off, that's fine, but as long as you're in the system scheduled for a class, then you won't go inactive. So whoever that may be. Oh, that's a med. What's that?
How
Sorry.
does this work with Mac?
It should work fine with a Mac. Again, the Office 2013, I think, is kind of the Microsoft standard because they want you using their products.
Well, can I
So-
download the?
As far as 2013, I don't know if it's available. Go back to this,
I think it is.
go back to the
Yeah.
OneDrive, or not OneDrive, the, huh?
Because I tried to register with, like, I got OneDrive for Business, the app, but I type in my email and it wouldn't allow me, because I need to activate it first, which, I finally figured that out.
Let's see here.
I think that's the,
Coming down to be teacher for a moment. They may not have it available just yet, fully available yet for the Mac. Yeah, I'm not seeing, at least not through this interface. Now, there may, you know how Microsoft and Apple are about talking to each other. So there may be another version of Office available that has OneDrive built into it. And we can check into that for you. Well, more the point, I get Thomas to check into that for you.
that great now?
Any other questions or comments or anything?
I do have one more general comment.
Okay.
I don't know if anybody in this room is, I know some people probably watching are, using the folders out on DFS, which is the public users folder that we have here on this college. It's going away within the next year. I'm going to start killing it. And the reason being is because we can't afford to continue to keep it backed up. And more importantly, OneDrive's available and it has 1 terabyte of space, and Microsoft backs it up per contract. So, over the course of the next year, as you guys get into OneDrive, if you have documents out on DFS, yeah, I know I'm outside of it, but
What happened?
yeah, move them off of DFS on into the OneDrive. That way they will stay backed up. Yeah, I know, I'm outside the range.
Outside the range, yeah.
Yeah, I seen a little X. I told you need a basketball circle there, half circle here.
They want to see who's talking.
Multi-step process.
Uh,
Start with Windows.
I've got one more thing I'll mention, but any other questions or concerns or anything that I can help you with, or our tech gurus can help you with while they're here? Okay, so last thing I'll say is, I think we're all leery of new things, especially technology, because we're worried, okay, what one concern I'll address is, we talked about how everything syncs, and if, whoops, I accidentally delete something on my laptop, whoops, it's accidentally gone in my computer, a recycle bin. So if you have whoopsed something, okay, I believe it stays in here for 30 days. So you've got 30 days to go to your recycle bin and unwhoops it. Okay, before it's forever gone. So yeah, so don't be afraid of the syncing on multiple devices thing. If you accidentally delete something that you didn't mean to, it's not gone forever. You just need to go find it. Okay.
So you said you have to go in through Office 365?
Yes, and and I said 30 days, but I'm going to retract that because I see in August. So I don't know how long it is. Yeah, so Office 365 from your OneDrive tab at the top, and on the left there is a recycle bin. There's also other stuff on here, like My Documents is the default, and there's things like followed documents, so anything you're following, anything that's been shared with you, okay? Not enough people are on it, so I don't have anything shared with me, okay? Well, great, well, thanks for attending. Again, the only headache I had was my office computer just kind of really going into the tank, and bless the help desk, they tried their best to get me squared away, and I think we both had a headache with it, but once I figured out that disable the accelerator thing, everything has been great, and so.
Thank you.
Thank you, Drew.
Yeah, all right, George.
Very nice to have you. Don't give it to me. but
My
you take it.
first step is to get all my computers
Oh, that's okay.
with Office.
What do you mean all your computers? All your petition computers?
Well, I'll start with mine.
Okay.
So how do I do that? Can I just go on and say, can I go in?
Yes. Yes, so what I read was that
I worked on this
my
computer.
computer had
Oh, you have?
a